Picture a banknote. Paper. Ink. A little portrait. Now picture the same note after a rumor spreads. A whisper that the system is done. Same paper. Different world. Because money is not paper. Money is permission. And permission lives inside a collective nervous system. Tonight, I want to show you something uncomfortable. Most of what you call reality is not made of atoms. It is made of agreement, property, borders, job titles, status, even the self you defend in arguments. They are real. But they are real the way a spell is real. Here is the occult word for this. Egregore. A thought form made of many minds, a shared presence, a social ghost. Not a cute metaphor, a mechanism. Because once enough people agree, the agreement stops feeling like an idea. It starts feeling like nature. Let me make it personal. Imagine you wake up tomorrow and your bank app says 0. Not just you. Everyone. The buildings do not fall down. Gravity still works. Bread still exists. But the city changes in an hour. People stop smiling. Cues appear like rituals. Doors lock. Voices sharpen. You have just watched an invisible creature wake up. An egregore. Feeding on fear. Moving through bodies. Now here is the twist. Your brain is already built for this. Your brain does not passively receive reality. It predicts it. It guesses what is out there. Then it corrects itself. Just enough to survive. That is why you can mishear lyrics. That is why you see faces in shadows. That is why a nightmare can feel more real than your bedroom. And memory is not a recording. Memory is reconstruction. A story rebuilt from fragments, guided by expectation. So you are not living in a raw world. You are living inside a model. A best guess. A negotiated hallucination. Now, scale that up. When millions of predictive brains synchronize their models through language, through media, through rituals, through law, you get a shared hallucination that can punish you. That is social reality. Money is the cleanest example. It works because we treat certain symbols as if they have power. Numbers, notes, signatures, screens. We all agree to play. And because we all agree, it becomes dangerous to refuse. Property is the same spell. This patch of earth is mine. Not because the atoms care. Because the story is enforced. A deed is paper. But the deed connects to courts, police, and collective belief. So the paper bites, and the nation state. That one is brutal. A nation is an imagined community. Most citizens never meet. Yet they will die for the image of communion. A border is an idea with uniforms. A passport is paper that decides whether you exist. So, where does egregore fit? Egregore is the name occultists gave to the thing that emerges when belief becomes a group organism. A shared pattern that persists. A pattern that recruits. A pattern that defends itself. Call it spirit. Call it group mind. Call it institutional momentum. Either way, it behaves like an entity, because it is made of repeated behavior. And this is where Jung walks in, quietly. Jung said there are deep patterns in the psyche. Archetypes, old masks, mother, hero, trickster, judge. Whether you believe they are inherited structures, cultural compression, or something stranger, they are real in effect. Egregores wear these masks because the masks fit us. The nation becomes mother. The party becomes savior. The market becomes God. The enemy becomes devil. And your identity. That is the newest altar. Online, identity is a flag you wave to summon a tribe. Your feed becomes a liturgy. Your outrage becomes incense. Modern egregores are not just ideas. They have engines. They have metrics. They learn what keeps you watching. They do not want your belief. They want your time. Because attention is the food of thought forms. So here is the question that matters. What egregores are you feeding? Not with words, with minutes. Every time you refresh, every time you doom scroll, every time you replay the same humiliation in your head. Every time you rehearse a future disaster like a prayer. And some patterns love you. Some patterns consume you. Now we do purification. Not as comfort, as sovereignty. Here is a simple ritual. Do it with me. First, name the egregore. Pick one. Money, status, a political tribe, a relationship story, a self-image you cannot stop defending. Say it out loud. One word. Second, find the feeding loop. Ask this. What emotion fuels it? Fear, shame, desire, belonging, revenge. And what is the behavior that feeds it? Checking, comparing, arguing, buying, performing. Third, change the offering. Do not try to destroy the egregore. That often makes it stronger. Instead, starve the loop. Replace the feeding behavior with a new one that breaks prediction. If you check, pause, take 6 slow breaths. Long exhale. Let the nervous system drop a gear. If you compare, label it. Just 2 words. Status hunger. Name it. Bind it. If you argue, delay it. 5 minutes. No exceptions. Most egregores cannot survive a delay. Then choose a new offering. A small act that feeds the reality you actually want. A message to someone you respect. A page of work. A walk with no phone. A clean refusal. That is not self-help. That is war against the invisible. Because the final truth is this: you will always live inside thought forms. You cannot exit all consensus. But you can choose which gods get your nervous system. Belief is a tool. Attention is currency. Identity is a ritual. So choose consciously. If you want, write one word in the comments. The egregore you are done feeding. And remember this: the most dangerous prison is the one that feels like reality. If this stirred something you can't quite put back to sleep, that's your cue. Step into the next layer with my book, Mental Magic for the Modern Magician. Remaining sovereign in a world that wants your soul. It's written to help you cut invisible strings and start running the ritual yourself. Then grab the free ritual guide and watch the initiation playlist to go deeper. Links are waiting below. Until next time.